the Steve and Tyler show.
It's been a while.
We are back. Yeah, it's what we missed last week. We are sorry.
I was ill. I was dying.
Tyler was about to die, and I assumed he was getting better.
And it turns out I got worse.
Through. Yeah, communication fell through.
Yeah, I actually lost my voice.
Lost his voice.
That would
couldn't
be a weird
speak.
Episode. Could you imagine?
That would be a weird
Tyler,
show.
how do you feel? Be like, stop.
Obama's painting sucks.
So we got a double show.
Yeah, it's gonna be a longer show.
We gotta make up for it for the people.
What's that?
It's gonna make up for it for the people.
Oh, we have to. We gotta bring the people what they want.
So,
And what they want is us.
We got like double the amount of stories. It's covered in 2 weeks. It's the stories from last week and some from this week. It's gonna
Absolutely.
Be huge.
And
it's gonna be
I
huge.
think they're all pretty funny. It's
gonna be huge.
This is the deal, the best deal in the history of deals. It's gonna be huge. Just wait and see. Build the wall.
We are trying something new.
We are going all funny and ending serious.
Yes, we're starting out funny, ending serious.
Because we're going to try and make sure that you people like to listen to us instead of like, oh, wow, they're going to go funny, oh, serious, kind of funny. So we are going to go
So we're mixing up the
funny
order.
And then serious.
Let us know. Send us an email.
Please, for the love of God, tell us that
Let us how it goes. Let us know how it goes. If it sucks, we could switch it back.
We could. We won't. I'm just kidding.
We might. Who knows?
So for those of you who are new here, we typically talk about news that you see throughout your week, but it's on a limited basis. It's not a lot, definitely not a lot. That's why we talk about it, because we find it. We're like, oh, Mike Pence, he's getting some crazy eye from some jihad or some terrorist chick over, from North Korea. I was gonna say jihadi. That's bad. Maybe that shouldn't be the go-to. I mean, they technically fund jihadis. So I mean, there's the difference, but I mean it's slim. Kind of giving them money. Anyway, I lit Twitter up this week. I was pretty pissed off with all that. I lit up quite a few people. Kamala Harris, get fucked. You're a piece of shit. Nailed your ass to the wall a few times.
Hit them up with all the things where they can find us, Steve.
Oh, hey, Twitter. Just talked about it. At Steve Tyler _show. Not Steve and Tyler, but Steve Tyler _show. Send us emails. We want your feedback. Please send us feedback.
Especially on this one, now that we're
Especially on this episode. We want to hear your stories, too. We want to read all of it. Please let us know. Steve and Tyler Show at gmail.com. Once again, Steve and Tyler Show at gmail.com. Subscribe on iTunes. We are there. We're flourishing. Not really.
Flourishing.
Follow us on Podbean.
That's a strong use of the English language.
Yeah. And find us on YouTube. We are on YouTube at the Steve and Tyler Show. God bless you. God bless America. Let's get into this. Let's get into the show. Let's do it up.
Let's go. Now, we saw this story, and normally we would have ended on it because it is hilarious.
And by now, I'm sure you've seen this. And if you haven't,
it's great.
All right. Obama portraits push us to think more.
So we went with the article where it's people reacting to the portraits. It's not like the actual unveiling article, because the reactions to these portraits, they're fantastic. If you haven't seen the portraits are awful. Awful.
They are so bad.
The longer you look at them, the funnier they get, though.
And that's why I've only looked at them like twice. Because
you just can't stop laughing.
Because eventually someone's going to get upset and call you a racist because you're laughing at black people.
It is.
That's what that turns into. So it's like, okay, all right, Tyler, send me the article. And then I open it, and I'm like,
But at least for the one picture, you can be like, oh, that's Obama.
Well, yeah, you can at least tell that one's Barry. That one's Barack.
The other one looks nothing like her.
The other one actually looks like a Michelle. It doesn't look like a Michael. It looks like Michelle. And she looks about 40 years younger.
This looks like something I accidentally did in like 5th grade. I didn't know I was qualified to like. Looks like he took a bunch of crayons and just did it real quick. But the comments are so good because
All right, Tyler, this one quote is fantastic, and it's obviously my favorite because it's just so funny because he chose to have this specific artist do this, and the initial comment's just great. So if you want to go ahead, I think you know the quote I'm
I don't know
talking
the
about.
quote. I have a different
Oh,
one,
well,
I
here,
think.
well, I don't think so. Here is the first black president, and he's sitting in the bushes.
You know what the best part is? He's sitting in the bushes on like a random ass chair.
On just some random chair. What are you doing? Those must have been some well-fertilized bushes. You know, hold your
Why
dead
is he
ass.
looks like he's in the
Jesus.
damn woods.
Oh my God! Not even. Oh my God! The first black president. He's sitting in the bushes. That is hysterical. It's not racist. It's funny because he's the only one. He chose to have someone do it, which is fine. I think all presidents, well, you know what? Aside from a few, went private with it, and they all picked their own painter, and they had them do something unique.
I feel like a portrait should be like a headshot though.
Yeah, right. I thought that's what
That's
it
what
was.
I assumed. And then he
And then you look at all the other presidents, and some of them are headshots, some of them aren't, but they're all traditional, you know, if you will. And then this guy, it was unique, it was original. I'll say that.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's not. Yeah, it's definitely original. You can't disagree with that.
Pretty sure it's the only one that had this much grain in it. Jesus Christ.
The best part when this article doesn't have the video, but look up the video where they do the unveiling, and he just blankly stares at it
Says,
for like
he
a
says,
solid 3 minutes. He's like, "That's pretty sharp."
That's pretty sharp. You know what? Man, his comments about Michael's painting. It's
Steve, I think it's Michelle.
well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to read, or maybe I'm confused by her penis. It when he said, I think it really brings out Michelle's sexiness. Are you fucking kidding me?
You can't even tell who it is.
Yeah, what is that, Michelle from her 18-year-old birthday? What are you looking at? Oh my God! I mean, come on! Like, geez.
They're just great. The portraits, they push us to think more, as one person says. You're like, who the fuck are those people?
Push us to.
And then everyone focuses on the dress, and it's just like a white dress with some lines through it. Like it's nothing like super, like elaborate. It's not like a floral thing. It's just a white dress with some lines on it.
Bad. It is so bad and so damn funny.
Just look at it. Just to all the people listening, look this up. If you only click one story, start out with this one and just look at these beautiful paintings. They're pretty sharp.
Gotta look at it. Oh, jeez. It's pretty sharp. Shut.
Even he didn't even know what to say. The paintings make no sense. He's in the woods sitting on a random chair. She doesn't even look like her. I mean, it's.
I feel like he's leaning over trying to get warm. That's
like, a little chilly out here.
That's pretty sharp. What a dick. I mean, seriously. At some point, it's just too funny, but that's not today. It's not today.
It's pretty sharp.
That's pretty sharp. I think you really brought out Michael's sexiness.
Michael's sexiness.
Michael's sexiness. I mean, good God.
Back when she was 18.
Your pipe-smoking daughters, they probably would have had a better portrait. Jesus.
She probably could have drawn like a better one, I think. You know, get like, you ever do you ever
water
get three?
painting?
No, you ever get like 3 crayons and you hold them together?
Yeah, that would have been better. You could have done better. What shit? It would have been dead grass, but it would have been grass behind them.
You get 3 crayons timed together so it makes like one line, but they're 3 separate. It does the 3 lines together. That's what they should have done. It would have looked a little better.
Oh, it's bad. It is Rough, to say
Oh
the
man.
least.
All right,
All right,
moving
moving
on,
on from
Steve.
boring. U.S. Olympic speed skater. You know what, y'all? Coin tosses are
I
racist.
freaking knew it.
I knew it! The damn heads!
Damn 50-50 coins.
Who calls for tails? Ever! Coin tosses are racist. You're fucking dumb. This week, the U.S. Olympic... Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry, not this week. Last week. U.S. Olympic Committee, they chose two-time world champion and four-time Olympian Aaron Hamlin, okay? A luger. It's a type of competitive phrase. To carry the American flag in the opening ceremony.
Luge.
It's a luge. Is it Luger? Luge? Whatever, same
It's
thing.
like a gun, I thought.
Yeah, well, you're a gun.
I mean,
That came after she and decorated speed skater Shawnee Davis tied 4-4 in a vote among 8 U.S. winter sport federations, and a coin was flipped. Davis, however, thinks the coin flip was racist. He tweeted,
Damn coins.
"I am an American."
He probably didn't use a penny, and that's where Abe Lincoln's on that one.
Yep, you got to flip that penny. Got to flip 2 pennies.
He's like, that's 2 out of 3. These racist coins.
Like, all right, come on, man. I don't like this. This white woman ain't gonna beat me. I am an American, and when I won the 1,000 meter in 2010, I became the first American to two-peat in that event. He tweeted, at Team USA dishonorably tossed a coin to decide its 2018 flag bearer. No problem. I can wait until 2020. Hashtag Black History Month 2018. Hashtag Pyeongchang 2018.
You know what my problem with this story is?
What the fuck does Black History Month have to do with this?
Actually, I'm not even that.
By him saying that, okay, go ahead.
Right, so these people voted, his peers, right? I'm sure they know of his accomplishments, right? I mean,
yes.
2-peat, that's pretty impressive. You know?
Sure, it absolutely is.
But his peers voted, and it split, and they agreed to do a coin flip.
Yes.
Like that.
They all agreed.
That was gonna be the tiebreaker, no matter what. If he wins, we're not talking about this story.
Not even close.
If he wins
she
that
probably
flip,
didn't give a fuck.
If he wins that coin flip, the 50-50 that is racist, we're never gonna talk about it. He's gonna say, "Boy, I'm glad my peers elected me. Thanks, blah blah blah." You know, this doesn't become a story, but because he's a sore loser, we have to talk about it.
I mean, good God. I mean, she's a 4-time Olympian. 4 times! 16 years.
I mean, they're both qualified, I think.
Absolutely. That's why they tied 4-4. Like you said, if he would have won, this wouldn't be a conversation.
No.
He would have walked out there waving that flag and giving it a ha ha ha. Woo, America! And you know what? He has represented the United States proudly.
Pretty well.
He's skilled in his can you say sport or athleticism?
Whatever he's doing, he's good.
He's very good. He won twice. That's impressive. I couldn't do it. It's not because I'm white or, because I'm not black or, you know what I mean? It's not skin color. And that's why Black History Month, what the fuck does Black History Month have anything to do with this? Why? To me, that screams, well, I'm black, I should have had it. And that really upsets me.
I wonder if he thinks dies, like a 6-sided die. You think those are racist?
Probably.
Damn threes, always holding me down.
There should be 7-sided. Seven's a good number. 6 is awful. I mean, you're. I don't know.
Loser. That's what I think.
I read that. I absolutely, but I think he's a sore loser because he felt entitled because he was black. That's my opinion because that's how this tweet reads to me. If he takes out hashtag Black History Month 2018, this is fine. This is athlete. This is representative of the United States. Just a little butthurt that he wasn't able to carry the flag. He admits that he's absolutely willing to wait until 2020, and he's ready to represent the U.S. again. But because he threw that stupid hashtag in there, it's like, what does that have to do with any of it?
I'm also thrown off by the word dishonorably tossed. How do you dishonorably toss a coin?
Yeah, I mean, like, what, did you, like, throw it at somebody?
That
And you
it,
said, no, we're not doing the reflip.
that implies that somehow it was like tilted against you.
I mean, what, did you pick heads or tails?
Yeah,
Does
maybe
that
she
matter?
got to call it. Yeah, that could be. She got
Oh,
first
Jesus,
pick.
she got to call it. Good God. Well, she's a four-time Olympian. She's got seniority. She should be able to call it. Just saying. I mean, seriously, race has nothing to do with it. It should have nothing to do with this. You're both incredible athletes in your own regards. You tied 4-4. That's why there was a coin flip. You know what? Hey, Tyler. You know what? Rock, paper, scissors.
That would
I
have
mean,
been.
like,
I think
come.
rock paper scissors is the
What else
greatest
you
game.
Shut up. Rock, paper, scissors is garbage.
What's wrong with rock paper scissors?
Everything. Rock, paper, scissors is dumb. About as good as a coin flip, according to this guy.
Damn,
You know, I mean,
racist
like,
scissors.
what do you want to play Brochambeau?
I don't know.
I
what
mean,
that
like,
is.
what do you want to do to decide who gets the? You know what? They should just have 9 judges,
That's
and that
probably
and
a good call.
or Jesus Christ, have 5, an odd number so that everybody wins or somebody's elected, and there's never a coin toss. You don't got to play Brochambeau. You don't have to play rock paper scissors. You don't have to do any of this shit. And it's nobody gets butthurt.
Yeah, but instead of the coin toss being racist, he'll just say the other people were racist. So he'll find a way to make it some sort of.
But and that's
for
the
him.
thing. It's like, why? You tied 4-4. Your accomplishments are noted in history because you did so well, not once but twice, and you made it apparent. But you throw skin color into it, and it just, I don't know. I feel like it takes away from his accomplishments. It's like, well, I'm black,
agree.
so I should have won.
I agree.
It's
irrelevant. And
It is irrelevant.
And he tried to bring it up. Like,
I feel he would have done better to just say, you know what, I'm willing to wait till 2020.
lost the coin flip. See you in 2020.
Yep, lost the coin flip. See you in 2020. She's a fantastic Olympian. I'm proud of her. I can't wait to walk out there with her. Instead, he didn't even do it. He didn't even walk out there with the rest of the United States.
Damn coins.
Didn't even walk out there. He's just like, no, I'm not even gonna do it. Get fucked. You're a bum.
Next story, Steve. We're moving on.
Gotta move on. Cleveland Indians. This hits home here.
Cleveland!
Right. This one for you!
Well, not this one
Garbage.
specifically.
And this one's kind of against you, but we are both Indians fans. We come from the Cleveland area. Cleveland! Stipe, he happens to be a household
champ of
name.
the world.
3-time defending.
The Raiders.
And still! Just saying. Cleveland Indians, the logo is changing. It's changing.
The logo? Oh, the Indians logo, yeah. They're changing it.
Decades of debates.
I'm very glad. I was very offended by this.
Oh, Jesus, I don't want to hear your bullshit. We've heard plenty about this because it's more of a local. It's more of a local thing. It only gets mainstream, countrywide bullshit when it talks about race, which is stupid. Chief Wahoo, okay, the logo of the Indians is it's just a red-skinned, big-nosed, blown-up face. It's portrayed. If it didn't have a feather sticking up behind his head, you would never know it was an Indian. Or supposed to be portrayed as such, right?
That's a good point.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm looking at the logo right now. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell what it is.
Tell me I'm wrong. If you take the feather away, it's just some stupid-looking face. That's it. It's not Indian. It's not black. It's not white. It's not Jewish. It's not Chinese. It's nothing. It's just a stupid blown-up face.
Yeah, nobody really looks like that.
Oh, color his face red, put a feather there. Oh, he's an Indian. I mean, that's what it is.
What if they changed his color and made him like white? Would that be more or less offensive?
I don't know. He's got a big nose, right? That's probably Jewish. You're offensive. You're anti-Semite now.
Somebody's going to be offended by something.
Yeah, you're a Jew. You're a Jew hater. So the Chief Wahoo, the logo's changing, but the name stays the same. Indians.
I thought that was the offensive part.
I thought so too. Why are you going to change a logo that depicts people because of what the shade of red and a feather, but you're not going to actively change the name of the team that is the real problem here, right? The Washington Redskins want what changed? Everything. They want the logo changed. They want the Washington Redskins. You say Redskins. I mean, if there was a pro football team that had an Indian and they had a blown up face with a red dot in the forehead, I'm pretty sure people are going to be pissed. I mean, come on. That you're a clear cut saying, well, they are people from India because of their holy beliefs on their they put a red dot on their head. That's how they symbolize themselves that way. That's their own choice, but it would be offensive in a certain light, because in this topic where you're speaking of offense or offensive actions against a certain people, and naming your team Indians is offensive to Native Americans in this sense, but you're not changing that name.
Right.
So to me, the logo change is meaningless. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You're doing it to appease a few people who are pissed off, who protest in front of your stadium, which nobody gives a shit about, because at the moment you have a pretty good team. Well, not this year, seeing as how you let two good bats go in Carlos Santana and Jay Bruce. Your middle of your lineup is garbage. You can't find stability at second base, and your outfield looks like shit because Brantley can't stay healthy. So, because you people are fucking assholes, you're going to have a mixed middle-of-the-road team, probably going to limp into the playoffs, and you're going to get fucking eliminated in the first round again. So, because you couldn't pay for big bats this year, and you picked up some shitty fucking bum first baseman that had a career year, but that's it, and he didn't even come close. Not even close to Bruce or Santana stats. You're going to have a shitty team. And Edwin's getting old, so, I mean, let's talk about – Jesus. Moral of the story is, if you're going to change the logo that isn't racist, if you change the color and take away a feather –
probably should change the name.
Probably change the name. Change it
Which
to –
they're not doing. The Cleveland Steamers.
Cleveland. Well, I don't think about
Just have a big pile of shit as the logo.
This isn't basketball, all right?
we could just have a giant pile of shit as the logo.
This giant pile of shit. I mean, you could think of something, but by doing this, it's almost offensive to the fans that have sat here and shelled out so much money to come to your games and pay overpriced bullshit, and it's not fair, because you're changing half of it, the half that doesn't mean shit, when you really boil it down.
You know what the worst part of this article is? At the very end, they try and give financial reasons as to why they're changing the logo, right? Like, the Indians are ranked 27th out of the 30 for overall value, right? It's like $920 million. I mean, that doesn't have to do anything with the logo. It's just based on their location.
Yeah. It's because
if you
Cleveland...
were to take the team and move them to like New York, LA, somewhere like that, I'm sure the valuation would triple in like an instant.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not New York. You already got two fucking teams. You take them to, well, maybe not LA either.
I'm talking like big, populous cities. That's
you take them. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I just.
This guy's trying to make it sound like the logo is holding back the value of the team.
They're changing the logo to a capital C, which I'm okay with. I like
really
the
like
block
the
C. I gotta be honest. I love the block C.
I think it's kind of boring.
I do. You know why I like Chief Wahoo? Because it speaks tradition. Because when I was growing up, my father wore an Indians jacket when they were going to the World Series, and everybody was excited because you had all these big name dudes. Omar Vizquel was a hero of mine when I was a pup, when I was a wee kid. All right, Omar Vizquel to this day can still whip shit around. So that's why Chief Wahoo means a lot. It's not because it's not offensive. It shouldn't be. You take away the name Chief Wahoo, and what is it? Nothing. It's an Indian.
I don't know
anyone. And it only looks like an Indian because of the fucking feather.
I don't know anyone that actually looks like this though. It's so animated. How could you be offended by that?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'm still waiting for them to get rid of the very offensive Notre Dame logo though.
Oh man. They have to, right? The Fighting Irish. Why?
He's very got
He's
this little
very
fist
angry.
up.
And then
Very mean.
you take into account the Irish fight because why? Because they drink a lot.
Yeah, that's,
So, yup, it's
I'm
all
offended.
offensive. You're calling Irish drunks and fighters all in one little leprechaun.
But they won't
And
change
you're
it.
making fun of their beliefs in leprechauns. I mean, come on. The fighting Irish, you got to change. Notre Dame, which is a Christian institution, by the way, a highly Christian institution, which produces fine individuals.
Very good school.
It is a very good school.
It's expensive though. That's why I didn't go there.
Absolutely. But don't get me wrong, being from Cleveland, DeShone Kizer is a fantastic human being.
Oh my god.
Well-spoken man, but good.
Oh,
God.
like personally, you meant? I thought you meant.
Oh yeah, no. He seems like a very fantastic person.
Yeah, he seems pretty smart.
He comes from a reputable school, Notre Dame, and
but his decision making on the field is so piss poor. It's unbelievable.
And you gotta have people to catch the ball. You and I talked about this before. Yes, his decision making was not great. Also, the playbook was shit. And I'm glad Hugh got an offensive coordinator. I'm glad it's the dude from the Steelers. This is good.
Hey, you know what? Cleveland sports. We'll get them next year. Don't worry.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
The draft's coming up. Don't worry.
Shit. Yeah, they're gonna draft like shit too. If you fucking mark my words, you take Sam Darnold, you're done.
I actually had a dream last night that they took Darnold.
No, don't take. Do not, please take Barkley first. Take Saquon first, and pick up a quarterback fourth. Swear to God, play the safe bet.
They're gonna mess it up. Don't worry. I don't even think you draft a quarterback. I think you go and get.
I don't know
Kirk
about that. I mean, yes. Woo! Get Kirk. You go get Kirk. I'm buying season tickets. Just saying. I'll shit money.
All right,
I'll
Steve.
Anyway.
Moving on. We can talk about sports forever, so we don't got time.
Yeah, we don't. Plus size model upset that doctor suggested losing weight. You're plus size. All that means is you're fucking fat and you look good doing it. That's it.
It's a doctor.
That is it.
That's a doctor's job.
That's it. A doctor doesn't matter the title of doctor. This is why she's mad. She's mad because the doctor was a Tyler. What was he called?
A dermatologist.
Dermatologist, a skin doctor. That's right. Skin doctor. Watch the video. It is hysterical. And it was a really good appointment. And then, at the end, they told me that.
What if her being overweight impacted her skin, though?
Exactly. Which, in most cases,
I'm sure it doesn't help.
It doesn't help because typically by what you eat, which causes you to be overweight, your skin is more oily, which causes more bullshit.
Well, you should be a doctor.
I can't though because I'm not a dermatologist. I'd be like a more like family practice, all around doctor. So it may be construed as offensive.
And then all over the media, they just say the doctor fat shamed her.
Fat shamed her, and even in her own account of the interaction, it wasn't fat shaming. It was. What she said this was the first time with this dermatologist. And it was a great visit. And then at the end of it, she talked about she was going to go and see a new doctor for the first time. And the dermatologist said, in her own words, was, "Good. Maybe they can talk to you about getting on a diet and working on your weight."
Very offensive.
You know how many times doctors called me fat? I'm fat. I'm not in shape. I'm not huge, but I'm not in shape. I'm working on that with what diet? With what, Tyler? Diet. I'm eating better because I'm fat.
Do you feel better?
I feel great. Matter of fact,
that's the most important part.
I just got to work on my sleep now. That's all. I don't sleep a lot, so that's something else I got to. It's true, but man, put a lot of time into all this stuff. No, but when push comes to shove,
it's a doctor's obligation to tell you the truth.
That's their fucking job. Like, that's their
job. Like if the doctor was like, you have an ear infection, but I'm not going to tell you because you might.
But I'm not going to tell you. Oh, hey, you have AIDS, but I'm not going to tell you. I mean, come on.
Being fat is a medical condition. It can cause death. It's called heart
disease. It's called heart disease, which is the #1 killer in the U.S. But hey, if you drop dead in a couple weeks, You were warned.
Must have just been bad genetics. Just been bad genetics. It's very
There it is.
simple. Move more, eat less.
What?
That's science. There you go.
Really?
Please don't take my advice as professional advice. If I don't want to get sued in like a week, you know. Wasn't me. But
Oh,
it's
God.
it's a doctor. What'd you expect?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to tell you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the doctor. If you seem overweight, what is one of the first things you do when you walk into a doctor's office before your appointment? You step on a fucking scale.
Yeah.
Sometimes you take your shoes off or your footwear.
They're gonna ask you about the change.
Yep, they're gonna ask you. Or they're gonna document your weight. Oh, hey, well, you gained this much or you lost this much. What are you doing? Why? It's excuse me. It's general questions that they ask leading up to saying so that they can better identify why you are there once you explain to them what's going on. It's simple. It's like guess and check. It's really not hard.
And all these bodily systems, you have to remember, are connected. So,
I mean, yeah, it's called.
If one part's messed up, you being overweight, it's probably going to impact a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah. Yes.
But instead, she'll just say that they were being mean to her and she's not going to fix her problems. And there you go. So
my thing is, instead of bitching about it, just think if she lost weight, okay, became a success story for her followers, because she's a plus-size model after all, she would probably help people lose weight and feel better about themselves. But, I mean, who am I to try and use my brain to figure out somebody's plight?
There you go.
Moving on. President Trump wants a military parade. And this article said that this plan is a brilliant political move. Now, Tyler and I, we agree to an extent. President Trump, he wants a parade, okay? And it set off a huge debate. Oh, this is bad. You can't do this. You'll look like North Korea. You'll look like Soviet Russia. You'll look like this. And that's what people were saying. And then that was it. He hasn't talked about it since.
Everyone had this big backlash. They sort of like, oh, we're going to forget about it.
And he's trolling the fucking shit out of everybody because everybody thinks it's going to happen. And it's not. That's it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all.
I don't think it's
But I'm sitting there like, all right, this could be okay in certain lights. Tyler was against it because he saw the price tag that would come with it.
I just have a problem spending $30 million to get a bunch of trucks and shit and just roll them down the street. It seems like a lot of money to me.
And I was unaware of the price tag at the time of my opinion. So after he told me that, I'm like, well, okay.
That's a lot of money.
It sure is to just show off what you got.
And let's be honest, nobody doubts the military strength of the United States.
Oh, absolutely not. The U.S. is hardcore. U.S. is badass. But for the record, I mean, I'm still not against a military parade. But if it's just troops marching down the street and you got M1s driving behind them, no, because like Tyler said, it's a show of force that is unnecessary. Because if you're doing it as a show of force, you're not doing it for the world because the world's not. I mean, the world will see it.
They already know.
But the world, yeah, because we shit on them decade after decade. Oh, but
I believe we're back-to-back World War champs.
I mean, I believe that's the shirt. That's the shirt I have on right now is back-to-back World War champs. So, I mean, I'd rather have like there's military weeks that they have in certain cities, and like the Marines were in Cleveland a couple of years ago, and the Marines did like seaborne landings. They did rappelling into cities, and it was hardcore. It was cool as shit. That's cool. That would be sweet.
Though. Everything
absolutely money. It costs money, but it's also outreach to the citizens. It's outreach to the people. You are taking people who have reached a whole new level, and you're bringing them down, and you're letting them talk to just average people. people who go to work 9 to 5, who don't do anything extravagant with their lives, except maybe they get into a verbal altercation with a piece of shit in traffic. I mean, seriously, you're taking guys that just jumped out of a helicopter, not jumped, but glided down a piece of rope from a helicopter onto a piece of grass in the middle of Cleveland, and you're about to talk to a dude in a suit and a tie, holding a briefcase, talking on his phone. I mean, I don't know. I think that's two worlds collide, and it's really interesting to do that and to be a part of. And I think that would be okay. Absolutely, it costs money. And I believe Obama was the one that cut all that out because it ended up saving money. So I got to be honest, I'm not against that. However, this new this budget that's been
budget? We didn't even talk about the budget.
No, we're not.
And we're not going to.
Well, no, because it's bullshit.
It's a disaster.
It's a shit budget. It is a shit budget. I guess I'm against it because obviously it costs a shitload of money to do.
It's a lot of time, a lot of resources, not even just cash, right? I mean, someone's
you
gotta set this up.
Yeah, you got to pay people to do their jobs.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a lot of waste to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I guess it'd be cool to watch if it was like free. I mean, like if it didn't cost us anything and they just like rolled some shit down the street, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, but nothing comes free. I mean, there's gonna be a check. Someone's gonna cash it.
Doing it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm not really a fan.
That's definitely.
So, yeah.
Now we talked about Trump. Now we're moving on to Pence. I wish I were as bad a Christian as Mike Pence.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Last couple of stories get me a little upset, Steve.
You're upset?
Like, we were going to start out with the serious stories. Usually we end funny, and it makes it hard for me. At least I got something to look forward to. All I'm looking forward to with these last 4 stories is a little bit of anger.
Man, see, Joy Behar is...
A retard.
She's yeah?
She's an idiot.
She's human garbage. Here we go. The liberals say Trump is such an awful person, which apparently excuses their monomaniacal obsession with destroying his presidency, which has been shown time and time again to be true. Yet Vice President Mike Pence is one of the finest people around. He truly is.
He really is.
He is. And they can't stand him either. They cannot stand this man. A man as respectable as Mike Pence receiving this kind of backlash for saying that he won't have dinner with any woman one-on-one other than his wife is ridiculous. How is that not showing respect? How is that not noble, honorable, steadfast?
Well, I think that's respectful to his wife, right?
Yeah. This man honors his wife.
Today you might be accused of doing some... You got to have a witness.
Exactly.
Especially today.
Exactly, and this is what I have in my notes. He honors his wife by not making making her question his faith in her by not putting himself in a situation of temptation with another woman other than his wife.
That seems respectable to me.
Yeah. I don't understand this issue. I really don't. So because he openly said, "Yeah, I don't have dinner with any other woman other than my wife." How is that such a problem? He's not saying that he never has dinner with women. He's just saying that he doesn't do it.
He's just saying he's avoiding negative situations.
Exactly, which is what apparently people like Joy Behar should be doing, because she apparently had a stroke.
This quote?
No, go ahead. Oh, well, I do, but I want you to say it.
So they talked about him on The View, right? Who was it?
On
Big Brother? That was what? Omarosa?
Omarosa brought some shit up on Big Brother. She said if y'all think you don't like Trump, pants is so much
pants.
Uh-huh.
She said, this is Omarosa. Everybody wishing for impeachment might want to reconsider their life. I'm Christian. I love Jesus, but he thinks Jesus tells him to say things. And Joy Behar is an asshole. So she got to come out. You ever notice, just in general, she always tries to one-up someone?
Boys.
Like, someone says something, she's got to say some crazier shit.
She's got to be the best.
She literally said that. This is quoted word for word, Steve. Ready?
Gonna piss me off.
It's one thing to talk to Jesus. It's another thing when Jesus talks to you. That's called mental illness.
Yes.
Can he talk to Mary Magdalene without his wife in the room? And you know the crowd loves it. They eat this shit up.
Oh my God, they're laughing, clapping. Ha ha ha
they're,
ha
they're,
ha,
they're,
ha.
they're sitting there waving their bandanas out in the crowd. They're crazy. They think it's
Yeah,
great. Like,
Jesus
you
sucks.
told him.
And it just
for,
it
for,
is
for
so
what it's
offensive.
worth, I agree. This is just mean at this
And,
point.
and it's only offensive because I could give a shit if people mock me. Okay, I really don't care. I'm bald and I'm young for my age.
Oh yeah, you are bald.
I started balding at 17. I haven't had hair, been made fun of. I'm fat, been picked on all through school. Beat the shit out of my bullies. They didn't pick on me anymore. People have made fun of me, and I've just kind of dealt with it my entire life. I don't care about that. But you're making fun of
Literally a guy who loves Jesus. That's why you're making fun of him.
a guy who loves Jesus, and Jesus is a guy who died for everybody. I mean, what is wrong with you? He died for everybody. That includes the assholes that, wear those things on their heads and blow themselves up.
The worst part is she's not even like trying to. You can debate religion, right?
Oh my
But she's
God.
just straight up mocking him.
All of it.
This isn't a funny statement. You're just mocking him.
All you're doing, yeah, and you're calling every single person who believes in Jesus mentally ill. That's what you're referring. That's what you said. Everybody who is an actual believer, not just some bullshit churchgoer. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. I'm not nowhere near perfect, nor will I ever pretend to be perfect, especially as a Christian. I have my faults, but my faith is strong. I had to learn that through my trials and tribulations, coming of age, coming into my job, coming into my life. I had to learn my road. I didn't pave it. It was like, I wasn't making it myself. My face was grinding the road for me. And then I got on my feet. And then I started to become a person. Not everybody has it handed to them. And you sit here and you go ahead and you just throw shade at an entire group of people. How many?
Like
how
2
many
billion,
are
I
there?
think, right?
Yeah, 2 billion.
That's a lot of people that you think are mentally ill. All
And-
because they pray. I mean, that's what he's talking about when
Yeah.
Jesus is talking back to him. They're talking about the prayer relationship that those two have between
for the
him
record-
and Jesus.
Yeah, and Jesus doesn't use words, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
You know-
sure. Yeah, he talks in many ways to many different people.
Exactly. There are certain circumstances, scenarios that will take place that you previously prayed for, that you will find yourself in, and you will find yourself attempting to redeem past actions, if you ask for forgiveness, or you will find yourself asking for strength when you yourself need to step up and be strong, and you will find it in yourself. And she doesn't understand that because she's just a closed-minded bitch. And that's fine. You can be a hateful. You can be a hateful person. That's fine.
But you don't
I
have to
still
mock
don't
the
like
guy.
you. Yeah, it's not like Mike Pence is gonna punch down and say, "Oh, hey, Joy, go fuck yourself." I mean,
Yeah,
he's not gonna
Jesus
say that.
told me to jack you in the mouth.
Yeah, honest to God, if Trump was impeached and he's like, yeah, he likes having sex with porn stars. Hey, man, enjoy not going to prison, but probably going back to having sex with porn stars. Good luck, dude. Pence is awesome. Pence is fantastic, and that is a huge reason why I voted Trump. Is because of Pence.
That's true. Pence is a
People
good
who
conservative.
mock
good Christian
Pence.
conservative.
Yeah. Oh my God, this man, he's got a presidential shot. If he learns how to speak properly, I swear it. I mean that's his downfall. Public speaking.
He's not very good at public speaking, but
He's-
you can work on that.
You sure can.
It's a skill like anything else.
Take classes, Mike Pence. I love you.
Last
Stanford
thing I got.
students.
Oh no, I got one more thing.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
If someone said that they were talking to Muhammad, there's no way she'd mock him like
Not
this.
even close.
0% chance.
0.
Just think about that for a second. End
Yep.
it on that. There you go. There's no way she's mocking Islam.
I mean, what if someone came up to her and said, "You know what? I was praying to Yahweh."
Yeah, like the Jewish.
Oh, exactly.
Or
What is she
Buddha.
gonna
Or
say?
Buddha.
Shh.
Buddha's talking to me. Which he might, I don't know. I don't talk to Buddha on a regular basis through prayer.
I don't
But
either.
there's no way she's going to mock those people. It's always the Christians. It's always the right.
If you know or want to know, become educated about Christianity, not Catholicism, but Christianity. The two of us are actually pretty seasoned in it.
Pretty good.
Tyler helps me hold my faith. I found my faith when I was in high school. I was a piece of garbage. I was you want to know my story? I will happily tell anybody who asks. I was a piece of human filth before I found my faith, and I realized what I was actually doing to people and the pain I was causing. It's not pleasant. It's awful to look back and think that I caused this much pain on somebody, and it's a lifelong of repentance. And as I stated earlier, I'm not perfect. I'm nowhere near it. But if for some reason you're going through something along these lines, yeah, please reach out. We'll happily talk to you. I'll talk God with anybody.
Yeah, we can talk.
Anybody.
We got the email.
Oh, absolutely. Email, Twitter. Let's do it. All about it.
It goes down in the DMs.
It goes down in the DMs. It goes down.
That was my last point. That's all.
There we go. Moving on.
There we go.
Stanford students felt unsafe and hurt over satirical posters defending ICE agents. So
I was also very scared.
Well, I wasn't. I thought it was hysterical. Stanford. Okay, this is Stanford. This is not, a community college. This is not an online schooling. This is Stanford.
Do they have a picture of these actual posters?
I did not.
I can't find them. I looked. I couldn't find them.
Exactly. You couldn't find them, so that makes it that much better. Stanford University students felt unsafe and hurt and were apparently brought to tears over satirical flyers defending ICE agents hung in the Kimmel Hall dorm. You were brought to tears.
I was. It was terrible.
You were brought to tears
by a poster
over a piece of paper. I mean, nobody physically harmed you. Nobody screamed.
Nobody touched you.
Nope. Nobody said that you should lose weight or you should talk to your doctor that you're going to go see.
Or the damn coin flip. You didn't have to watch a coin flip.
That damn coin flip, that racist coin flip. Nobody. It was a piece of paper. Like you didn't get a paper cut.
They do have what the poster says, but they don't have an actual picture, which kind of a letdown.
Yeah, I agree. You
want to read it?
No, you know what? You go ahead. You have the quote.
Call to receive immediate support if you see law enforcement authorities doing their job. Beloved community criminals deserve protection from Trump's tyranny. Very offensive. All of the flyers were taken down on the same day they were put up because they made three students, feel unsafe and hurt.
Oh my God, Tyler, read that one more time. Read it again.
The quote or what I just read?
Yes, the quote. Oh my God, yes, please.
Wait, the call to receive part?
Yes, the whole quote. Read it one more time. Read what that poster said one more time.
Call to receive immediate support if you see law enforcement authorities doing their job. Beloved community criminals deserve protection from Trump's tyranny.
Oh my God, you know what? I bet all three of the people that were made to cry were all white.
Three.
And they were three.
Not even this isn't even like outrage of thousands.
You know what the worst part is? I honestly, I didn't even get that far into the article to say there was only three people that were upset. that makes this entire article that much better.
According to them, my flyers were hate speech.
Oh my God, I've seen that.
Where?
I believe they were all white, and they were all in a group of not, I won't say illegals because that's wrong, but probably people who immigrated here. Or at least their parents immigrated here. They're like, no, you people, this isn't a joke. You people should be welcome here. And they're all just white apologists, and it's bullshit.
But three, that's the best part. It's only three. That's how many takes now. You just gotta have three people being offended. You can do anything.
You could say a few, and there you are. That's hysterical.
It'd be different if there was thousands and they had a discussion and then they realized, no, you guys are still pussies. But this was literally three people.
I mean, if you had three high-profile cases on Stanford, on the campus itself, in which people were witness to, and it was intense stuff, people speaking out against their freedoms, people shot, physical violence committed against people. Yeah, you could shed tears because you're a weak pussy, or you could just say, you know what, you're illegal, get the fuck out because you're breaking the law. I mean, it would be even more acceptable, but 3 based on a piece of paper is hysterical. I mean,
Worst part is, I agree with this guy's quote completely too.
What?
What he said, like the poster?
Oh, absolutely, I do too. It's satirical, but I'm like,
he's not
yeah,
wrong. He's not wrong.
No, I mean, you're attending school at one of the most prestigious colleges in the world, and you feel the need to cry when it comes down to ICE agents doing their job? They're federally paid. Your tax money goes to them. They are paid by you to get rid of illegal people because they're illegal. And they're breaking the law. If you were speeding and you received a speeding ticket, you know what you did? You broke the law. And the punishment for breaking that law is paying that fine. And if you do it a certain amount of times, you know what happens, Tyler? You lose your license.
I don't know. I don't drive.
That's right. Yeah, you live in Jersey now.
End of this article though. So they have he took his complaint. The guy whose posters, signs, whatever you want to call them.
Posters, pieces of paper.
It was probably nice paper too,
Probably fantastic.
He took his complaint, so he formally complained that his free speech rights were being infringed upon, and he took it to lead residence dean Lisa de la Cruz Caldera. Damn, your name's long. But apparently she sided with him, and they said it was wrong that they took down his flyers, and now she's working to shape a new policy on flyers in dorm rooms that will prohibit restrictions on content. So he actually won.
Good on him.
Good on him. I guess they said he had a strongly worded defense, and the 3 people just were talking about their feelings the entire time. So he won his case,
so
if you want to call it that. So good on him. He's making some positive change in the dorms.
Yeah, when your only argument is, I just didn't feel good, compared to, I'm allowed to say what I want because this is America and because people died for my ability to.
And it's not like he openly threatened someone, right? You can't threaten people.
No, he didn't threaten anybody. Not even with physical removal. It was just he's allowed to say what he wants.
It just says call local law enforcement authorities.
Oh my God! Exactly.
Very offensive. I was shocked.
I couldn't believe that 3 people were brought to tears and that this became national news.
You know who I'm not shocked by, Steve?
Oh my God, Jemele Hill. This woman is a demon. She is an awful person. Trump's comments, Jemele Hill. Okay, she said Trump's comments about NFL player protests are racial pornography. This is a quote.
Which literally, racial pornography. This might be the most hypocritical person I've ever seen.
She is an awful human being. Former ESPN SportsCenter anchor Jemele Hill said Sunday President Trump's comments about NFL player national anthem protests during his inaugural State of the Union address were akin to racial pornography. I wasn't surprised, and I think that this is going to be probably a constant thing for the president because it's a very easy dog whistle. It's a low-hanging fruit. It's what I like to call racial pornography because it's a way to stoke his base. Hill, who is now associated with ESPN website Undefeated, this is what she told MSNBC. Stoke his base. Okay, so that's my question. So by her saying that, she's inferring that Trump's base is then racist.
That's right, yeah. Which is ironic because that's what she used to do on ESPN every single day.
Every day at 6 o'clock. She's assuming that every single person that supports Trump or talks positively about Trump is a racist because Trump openly calls out entitled athletes who are paid millions to be entertainers. You know what I watch NFL for? I don't watch it for them great big awesome touchdowns. I want to see a safety fucking murder a dude coming across the middle in the slot. I want to see. Oh my God! I don't care if it's a player on the Browns. I'm from Cleveland. I love the Browns. They suck. I want to see somebody get fucking wrecked. coming across the middle. That's what I pay for. Why do you think I pay for UFC? I want to see some dude get kicked in the fucking face and lose teeth. I want to see that. It's a blood sport. That's what it is. That's what it's always been. Oh, concussions this, concussions that.
Hey, you just gotta stop with the racial pornography, all right?
Nobody gives a shit about concussions. Nobody other than players. Nobody. Goodell doesn't give a fuck about concussions. You want to know why? Because he's making money hand over fist.
Yeah, he cares. He cares to the extent where it impacts his cash flow, right?
Exactly.
He doesn't care until then.
He didn't give a shit until this last year when the TV contracts took a shit.
I just think it's ironic that she's calling him out. Where, like, if you've ever actually seen her show, which, by the way, she got canned on.
She got canned on. It's just the one dude now.
She would literally bring up race for every single topic.
Everything. And it's just like, no.
And, like, it'd be, like, completely doing nothing with race. And she'd be like, wow, he's a strong black man. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah,
anything.
What do you mean by strong? He's bench pressing a car. Yeah, he's fucking strong. Look at him. He's an ox. The dude has literally built his body to move 200 to 300 pound people at one time.
She's just the most blatantly racist person, and for her to call out him like that,
especially when it comes down to NFL players. The NFL hit the ratings took a hit so much this year that Fox was allowed to they purchased the rights to air NFL games.
Oh yeah,
Fox.
Fox.
Yes. Fox bought the rights to the NFL this year because the ratings took that much of a shit. They were able to purchase it. That's how bad the ratings were this year. They were purchased by somebody else.
We just mentioned she got canned by her show, and they moved her to some new ethnic adventure for ESPN or whatever the hell it is. It's what they're going to talk about the whole time. It's going to be race the entire time, you know.
It's all race.
But if she wasn't black, do you think if I had my show on ESPN, right, and it sucks, I get fired.
Yeah, look at you. You pasty. You Irish as shit. Nobody cares about you.
But her, they just moved her to somewhere else.
The thing is, if they would just, you know what, if people would just come out and say, you know what, this is going to be race-related show. It has nothing to do with ESPN.
I guess that's going to be
but it's owned by ESPN.
I guess that's going to be what she's on now.
It has nothing to do with ESPN, but it's owned by ESPN.
It's separate, and they're just going to talk about race.
There you go. Then that's fine.
Just don't be surprised when no one turns in. That's all.
Exactly. Advertise it as such. Don't sit there and say, oh, you know what, we're going to talk about sports. By the way, black people this and black people that and Mexicans didn't get this and Trump's a racist. Don't sit there and feed bullshit. You know how many kids? What was probably the thing that you watched most in high school?
Top 10.
ESPN, exactly. every day, in our cafeteria at school,
everyone watched Top 10.
Everybody watched Top 10, and everybody got to watch ESPN. Every day, everybody.
Just glad the show was on at 6, so people didn't have to be exposed to that garbage.
Exactly. And every day it was reruns, and every day it was annoying, and every day it was this, and every day it was that. But the top 10s, it was still ESPN. So inherently, at least from my experience personally, you're indoctrinating children into dumb shit that makes no sense to them because they don't see color at 18, 17, 16, 15.
Maybe at 18, you know.
Maybe once you decide to live life a little, but not at 15, 16, 17 years old.
You're like 12. I don't know.
Maybe.
This lady's just blatantly racist.
She's just a piece of shit. She really is.
Speaking of pieces of shit.
Oh my God, Jimmy Kimmel. Man, you want to talk about great big turds. Jimmy Kimmel. Oh my God.
This guy.
My son had to have a surgery, and then it was all paid for by my insurance.
He played straight cash. Don't get confused.
Yeah, get fucked, dude. You get paid hella good money, and your insurance is fucking crazy good because of where you work.
Now we could have.
That's great.
We could have picked any of 3 articles these last 2 weeks about Jimmy Kimmel. He's been all over the news recently. He was recently crying yesterday about the gun shooting, violence in Florida. He brought his kid on and cried about the health insurance. But what did we pick to talk about? He insulted all of us.
He insulted. He said talk show hosts are liberal because the job requires a level of intelligence. So I want to start out. He said he was joking later on.
Of course he did after the backlash.
After the backlash, it was, oh, yeah, no, it was a joke.
That was a joke.
Yeah. Republicans don't watch me anyway.
He's going to get on there and be like, it was just a joke.
It was just a joke. I mean, children health care, it should be free, right?
He sits in a glass house and he just mocks people that he doesn't agree with.
All he does is throw stones. And that one window's broken like a motherfucker, and you got to help the trees. But, man, he just keeps throwing them rocks. You know,
he just throws shade for being a rich multimillionaire that lives in Hollywood Hills.
Dude, you just suck. You're not even funny. You're not funny. You are not a comedian. You are not. You are late night. That is it. You are not funny anymore. You turned your show. You turned your entire show into gun control needs to happen.
The kids.
Fuck you.
Like there's a million other reasons that event happened besides guns, and that's what he chooses to pick on.
We're not talking about it this week. Maybe next week.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When more facts come out, maybe we'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, more facts like the dude actually wasn't. But nope, not talking about it. Not talking about it this week. We'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week. We might even have a midweek show discussing certain things, which will obviously be.
We're not having a midweek show, Steve.
I mean, it'll be midweek me. But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel's a piece of garbage. He cries on air for ratings.
For attention, that's what it is.
For attention and ratings. Attention brings ratings. Ratings brings attention.
And it's all about the Benjamins,
overall,
baby.
that's what it is.
It's all about the Benjamins.
Because he gets paid upon that. And because he's decided to be the poster child for liberalism in the future, he doesn't believe in any of this. By the way, he doesn't. His kid who had to have that surgery, you know Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is a fantastic human being. He's Jewish. He is kosher. He's a fantastic human being. He takes care of his family. Ben Shapiro is intelligent. He can be childish and stupid in certain topics, in my opinion. However,
you can tell he's incredibly well read too. He's just got
exactly. The man is intelligent. Ben Shapiro cares about everybody. You can hear it. Jimmy Kimmel cares about nobody.
Well, that's not true.
I disagree.
He cares about one person.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Kimmel.
Ben Frank. The
Sure.
Ben Franks.
Ben.
About them hundreds.
Jimmy Kimmel's garbage. Ben Shapiro challenged him to do a debate.
Oh,
because
why did he even bother?
Oh yeah, he's not
like a beatdown.
Oh my God, it'd be like Stipe beating on an ant.
And he doesn't step on it. He doesn't put it out of its misery. He just beats the shit out of it over and over and over.
Beats the shit out of it. Well, y'all, I believe that's the show.
Hey, this show, very sharp, very sharp.
It's very sharp. I think you really brought up.
We gotta make a list, Steve, of all the funny shit we repeat over and over, like the yelling at the sky. Very sharp. Very sharp should be added to the top of that list.
Very sharp. I think you really bring out Michael's sexiness. Fuck you. Well, that's the show this week. Thank you for listening. I hope you made it this far because we're freaking hysterical. If not, go fuck yourself. Follow us on Twitter at @SteveTyler_show. Send us your feedback.
Can we change our Twitter to very sharp?
No, I will not. Steve and Tyler show at gmail.com. Steve and Tyler show at gmail.com. Subscribe on iTunes. Follow us on Podbean. Find us on YouTube. We are there.
We're there now.
At the Steve and Tyler show. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. God bless you and God bless America.
Very sharp.